The Hollywood sign, attracting people from all over the world.
You're from Norway.
We are from Italy.
Where are you from? ¿De dónde son?
De España.
They're all here to take their photo in front of the iconic sign.
We made it to the Hollywood sign. It's a big accomplishment for us, coming from New Zealand.
I think I'm going to struggle with this. There's no doubt.
Fox 11 News was granted exclusive access to the landmark location on Mount Lee in the Santa Monica Mountains. This area is a no trespassing zone. We had to rappel down the rough terrain to make it to the giant letters made of corrugated steel.
The Hollywood sign was built in 1923. It was to promote real estate development in this area. Now, it used to be Hollywood land. The land was dropped off, and then in the 1980s, Hollywood became a huge deal.
In the 1980s and 90s, we started seeing this being the major kind of landmark to signify Los Angeles. If New York has Times Square, this is Los Angeles' landmark.
Diana Wright works with the Hollywood Sign Trust, a nonprofit organization making sure the sign is maintained and protected.
We do have 13 cameras on the sign, including infrared cameras and a two-way walkie-talkie system, and we do have it monitored 24 hours a day.
But none of that prevented a prankster recently from scaling down to the sign to place tarps over the O's so they would look like E's to read Hollyweed. It wasn't the first time someone changed the sign. Indeed, the Hollywood sign has had its ups and downs. At one point, the city considered getting rid of it.
In 1978, at that time, the sign was in massive disrepair, and that's when Hugh Hefner stepped up, did a star-studded gala, raised the money to rebuild the sign. That's the sign we see today.
But not everyone was happy with that.
This is garbage. A bunch of letters.
This is Richard Green.
It's embarrassing. How many cities put a sign of their name on top of the city? It's kind of stupid.
He's lived in the Hollywood Hills since 1981. And take a look at his view. Yet Richard doesn't enjoy it at all. He says thousands of strangers looking for that sign disrupt his peace.
They sit right here, park, car running, and start taking pictures. And of course they block my garage.
This is like we become an opening to Disneyland.
Jack Conrad is another longtime resident fed up with the tourists. He put this sign in front of his property because
there aren't any bathrooms. We all have to use one occasionally, so we get plenty of urine.
The residents in this neighborhood would like for the city to shuttle visitors to the sign using alternate routes. Anything other than their neighborhood.
I have proposed to a couple different bodies that we move this whole circus over to the other side of the hill where there's only dead people and zoo animals to complain about noise and traffic and everything else.
But there are currently no plans to change anything. So whether you love it,
We're actually from India. It was his dream to come see the signs.
or hate it,
People think that that is something. I don't understand it. I think it's nothing.
the Hollywood sign is here to stay. Gina Silva, Fox 11 News.